is time. It is time to brew your best beer.
The 2016 SJPorr Challenge is dedicated to your friend and ours, Paul Wickstein. Brought to you by Brewcraft USA, iMake, Gladfield Malting, Yakima Valley Hops, The Grain Bill, Brewers Exchange, Keg Kingdom Homebrew Supply, Hiraki Homebrew, and a special thanks to our silver sponsors.
Arm swing. Sorry. What's up, B's and G's? Pardon the poofy hair. We are doing beer reviews. We are doing SJPorr beer reviews, and we are gonna fix this fucking camera if it's the fucking death of me. Holy Jesus. Fuck it. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. Okay, so we are doing 28N-82N-74C. Boom. Bing. It is O'Reilly Light. This is a brown porter aged with Irish cream coffee. Look at that fancy man right there. Fucking brilliant. We are looking at 3.68% and 20 IBUs. So, just bang on right where we're supposed to be at. If this blows up on me, I apologize. But let's crack it open. I am going to be using, I don't have a porter glass, I have a stout glass. I've decided that given the range of styles that I have in the hub, I think I have glassware for each kind. And so to give every beverage its level best and its level shake, I'm going to do all of them in glassware that works for them. So that way, I don't know. To me it seems fair. I could do it in one standard regular glass, and you never know. But we're dealing with so low ABV, you want to make sure that everyone's getting a good fair shake. So, let's crack this open. It's carved. Holy coffee, businessman. Straight off the top. That was coffee, eh? Holy crap. It smells gorgeous. Absolutely smells gorgeous. Cheers. Carb on this is intense. And not, we'll see, not in a completely bad way. Let me double check. There's some schwizz at the bottom. So we're not going to pour all of the clam in. We'll leave that much. I'll take that sip later. Wow. This is super coffee. This is the pop. It's interesting. It's very different than if I took, so I have a burr grinder, and I have beans, and I grind the beans when I make French press coffee. And after I'm done with those, it's a very oily smell, like a very kind of, it's like you can kind of feel it. This, I'm getting the Irish cream. This has an odd kind of, please don't take this the wrong way, kind of a Folgers ground. When you pop those cans, like those pre-ground cans, it kind of has that that kind of coffee note. I'm not saying that there's any difference between the two, better or worse. It's just that's what I'm getting, is kind of a Folgers ground, pre-ground coffee, as opposed to the second you grind it coffee. And it's definitely Irish cream. I can get that kind of light kind of whiskey Irish coffee kind of smell, actually. It smells gorgeous. It absolutely smells gorgeous. And for something at 3.8%, like, it does not on the nose make you think that this thing is that you're going to be drinking this in the morning going to work and feel just as amped as you would as your normal cup of coffee, because this isn't going to, at 3.8%, it's not going to do jack fuck all as far as getting you tipsy. So this makes me feel like it's a proper cup of coffee. It just happens to be beer, which I like even more. And it's now starting to get more whiskey. I'm gonna dive in. Cheers. This thing smells fucking gorgeous. Thank you. Wow. So there's a lot of a lot of Irish cream, a lot of very kind of flavor coffee, right there, kind of rolling right off the front of the tongue. It's really nice, actually. It does taste a lot kind of like the actual Irish cream coffee, like the proper drink. It's super smooth. There's no bitterness whatsoever. It dries off right at the end when it hits, just it rounds out just enough at the end. So here's the one thing, because of the way that the flavor is kind of moving towards the tip of my tongue, it kind of stops a little bit. I don't know if you added any lactose to this, because it doesn't say on here, and we don't know. But a little bit of lactose, I don't know, like, you had just under 1% that you could have moved a little bit more. I feel like just a little bit more lactose or something to round out the end where it finishes, because it finishes just before the tip of my tongue. It starts to dry and kind of scrapes to the end, where I feel like a little bit more creaminess, like a little bit more of something to kind of smooth the final bit of the sip out would be really amazing to finish this off. Because, I mean, this is really brilliant on its own right now. The body is a little bit thin, and that lactose would help with that, and that would help to kind of smooth the edges right at the end. It's a beautiful looking beer. It's a beautiful tasting beer. I mean, the flavors are well on point. It's creamy, but just not creamy enough. That's the only thing I will say, that I just want it to be just a little bit more creamy. Sorry, refrigerator. The Irish cream, though, I mean, it works really well in this. And honestly, at 3.68%, I don't feel cheated by this. I mean, I'm not feeling like, oh man, 3.68, like 1 more percent. I mean, I'm not. This is a good, easy drinking porter. In fact, yeah, I mean, it's actually on the cusp of being like a relatively killer dry stout, but with the lactose, almost like a milk stout. Yeah, it's definitely not black. It's brown, which I think. I certainly hope I've been recording this entire time. We're gonna have to double check that. I'm just gonna go with where I was. Yeah, it's brown. It's definitely brown, and I don't know if adding any more like dark malt would have actually kind of bittered this up a little bit. I do feel that cold steeping the dark malt, if you could have done it that way, it would have boosted the coffee just a little bit too. Kind of added the color, because I think that this is close to being like, this could work really well as a dry stout or almost like a milk stout. If I already said that before I got so rudely interrupted. But it's a gorgeous actual like brown porter. I mean, you can't see what I'm seeing, but I can see through this thing, and it's fucking beautiful. It's an awesome beer. I mean, it really is an awesome beer. I think just a few minor tweaks, and this thing would be freaking killer. Yeah, it just dries off right at the end because I think it's a little bit thin to carry all the way through. So, with some room that you have, a little bit of lactose would finally push this thing all the way through. Or even some like maltodextrin too would do the same. I think probably lactose more so though. But this thing is fucking beast. Thank you for being in this contest. This was awesome. Fuck. This was really fucking awesome. Appreciate it. Peace.
The fuck you talking about?